Okay, y'all, I'm going to have to keep going a little quicker because we're working on 20. But when you say, what are your essentials, and you kind of show products that you really believe in, it really can't add up. I'm trying to keep it to the most simple. But anyway, again, I was showing you the Sigma Sculpt palette, and that highlighter, while some people may use it, that really love highlight, you know, tip of the nose, here, 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 top of the chin, I use that under the brow and on the inner corner and over my lid for my highlighter. I use that color for a transition color, and then in the crease I use this color, Hollow, for my dark color, and I also use a short shader or a smudge brush for underneath under my lashes and through my brow. So with these colors I can actually do all of my eyeshadow. I can use it as bronzer, and this has got a pink tone to it, which is popping, and I can use that here and then round it out here and it's blush. Or I could use that as a pink tone on my lid if I want to. So this to me is, yeah, it's always going to be, as long as they make it, in my makeup and bronzer. I decided to get the Sigma blush palette as well. I like it. It is not an absolute necessity, but I do like it. And it does, again, there's so many colors on this you could use for both eyeshadow and face, and certainly these pinker blushes for me. And if you like an orangey tone or a peachy tone, that's super, super highlightery. But again, my absolute can't do without blush is not the Sigma blush. Even though I do like the Sigma blushes, the individual blushes, if I had to tell you which one could I not do without, it is my Chanel Rose Bronze, which is Chanel Powder Blush number 02 Rose Bronze, because it has a bit of a bronze underhue to the rose, and so I can use it as contour and blush. So I absolutely love that one. Okay, eyelash curlers. I have two that really three. I love my CoverGirl one. You can get that at the drugstore, and I've got that in my dressing area. I forgot to bring it in here. But really my all-time favorite, and I think it's really because it's got such a wide metal band. It doesn't hurt any that it's pretty in rose gold. It's the Charlotte Tilbury one, but again, it's more expensive. I also got a Chanel one a long time ago. It's a good one. It's a little more expensive. But if you want an inexpensive eyelash curler, I would definitely say CoverGirl is one of the best ones that I've ever had, and Mary Kay, but I don't even know if Mary Kay carries those anymore. Okay, so for eye products, where are they? There's that one, there's that one. Okay, so I will have to do a totally separate one for my top, let's just say top 10 eyeshadow palettes, because there's just so many. We know that. The world has like been taken over by them in the beauty world. But again, the one thing that I would not do without is the Sigma Sculpt colors that I use for my eyeshadows. So that's the one that I can't do without. The other ones will just be kind of second to that, my favorites maybe. But there's three products really. I could use this one or these two. This is Tartist, and it has on one end a sponge liner that is nice and thick, so it's pretty quick and easy to get a good wing liner on if you want it. The other end has got a very good kind of gel liner, crayon for the inner waterline, and you can tight line with it. So again, absolutely perfect. Can't do without it, really. My all-time favorite really still is the IT Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Anti-Aging Gel Eyeliner. I'm just going to call it the No Tug IT, because that's its name. But it is one of the best. It's the best. It is the best. It's the best of the best crayon liners that's waterproof. It's gel, so it can go on. I can literally put it on without pulling my skin down like that to expose the flap of the waterline. That's how easily it goes on. As far as wing lining and just the best liquid liner, there's second to none, the DHC, that you can go to dhc.com to get it. Liquid Eyeliner EX, and it's Perfect Pro Makeup. It's silver on the bottom, black on the top, and it is not a felt tip. That is an actual brush, y'all. That's how tiny and thin that little brush is. So those of you who don't like a thick liner like I'm wearing today, there's days that I don't either, and I just want a nice little thin line. Maybe I don't even do a wing. I just want a line right at the base that's very, very indetectable. or even under here instead of a powder underneath, or which is what I run through my lashes, and then I put the black eyeliner. But like Princess Kate, or the Duchess of Cornwall, Kate Williams' wife, she runs this right under her lashes, and it frames your eyes so nicely, but almost indetectably. Like you look at it, for people who want a no makeup look, this is a fantastic liner. It's just second to none. What was I just thinking I should show you? Liner wise, I don't know. Okay. I have not really worked this in as an absolute essential, but people say that it is. And this is a rose quartz facial roller. It's starting to be a thing, y'all, and I'm wondering if it's just a gimmick. I've not used it every single day. The rose quartz, you've got lymph nodes in your face, so lymphatic drainage reduces the look of puffiness. So you've got one that's the size for the under eye, and this is for the face, and you always go up, over and up, over and up. And some people get into kind of the chakras, or the Hindu mystic side of things, that rose is a love stone and it opens up. Y'all, please don't buy into that. It's simply, it's mushing your face to kind of get the circulation flowing. You can massage your own face. You don't have to have one of these. But do. Because what it does is it gets blood flowing in the face, and it brings oxygen, which is really good. And massaging it just really helps the muscles, and it helps the lymph nodes to just kind of push up and push out toxins. That's what. How about that? My mother would tell you use a really good wash rag, wet wash rag. All right. Brushes. I'm going to go through this so fast because there's so many to talk about. A flathead Kabuki F80 by Sigma. These are all Sigma brushes. I just have to tell you, except for some. I'll tell you a couple of others. This is a flathead Kabuki Sigma in the bronze. The gold. This is a special edition one. You don't have to do that one. I like gold, and I like copper or rose gold, whatever, just because I like it better than chrome. I always have. But a good set from Sigma, just buying the full set. It's going to be around a couple $100, but it will be every bit as good, if not better, than like a $400 MAC or La Mer. Has like 2 brushes that are $200, stuff like that. Sigma outweighs them all. They're very, 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 it's what they do. So they're very, very conscientious about the patents on their brushes, because they are trying to make them the best there is. And just the thing that crimps and holds the glues, everything that's in there, the whether it's smooth and thick and dense, or whether it's thin, is very carefully thought out for the use of the brush. So this is to put on cream or liquid foundation. Is a flathead Kabuki. Y'all know me. I put it straight down like that, and then I go almost like a weave. But you can swirl it however you want to do it, but it's just like the best. It's very nicely dense. It's easy to wash. And not all of them are. Some of them are so dense that you almost can't get the makeup back out of them. I do like the Sigma brush wash, but my favorite brush product so far is the IT Cosmetic Brush Bath. I just feel like it works really, really well. Now you know that I just got 2 new ones, and I'm experimenting with them, but I wouldn't say I can't live without them yet. So can't live without that for a foundation brush. Also, I feel like you have to have a small dual fiber F55. What does this do? It's a dual fiber, meaning it's a little more dense down here and light up here, and therefore it flicks things away really, really well. What else you can do, for those of you who like a lighter look, use a lighter foundation and swirl this on, and it's just a very light look. If you've got great skin, you just want a finished look, getting the tone all perfect and everything. Absolutely perfect. It's great for putting on blush lightly. It's great for putting on bronzer lightly. It just causes it to be light, because look how flimsy that is. See that? That's also why it's so good to flick off fallout or something on your nose or under your eyes, or to apply highlighter. Just very, very light. It's just light. Versus this is very dense, and whatever you put on, it's going to be like, wah. This is going to be like, wee. So that's the difference. Sound effects. Blush. Just a large angled contour brush, y'all. This is also from Sigma. I mean, why? Because this end's a little more dense, okay? So it's good to use for contour. And then when you use the blush, I kind of use more of that in, because see how that's a little more flimsy and this is a little more, it's because it's longer. This is shorter and tightly packed. I put the blush on that and swirl it that way. So, what else? Okay, so I'm just going to do them in the order that I use them. That way we can be sure that I used them all. Am I missing any? I will talk about that one too. Okay, brushes. Absolutely have to have brushes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out of them, I'll tell you which ones are absolute. Okay, so first absolute is an E55. This is just an eye shader brush. I use this for putting on highlighter under my brow and my inner corner and the top of my lid. An E55, again, Sigma. You also could get an angled brush. It looks like a small, it's just an angled brush, smaller. I don't have one handy, but I do have it. I don't know where one is. Is that it? Nope. It must be in there. But I still would always have to have it. It's a basic eye, round dome, flat on the other side, shading brush, eye shader, E55. Next, to get the area from the crease up to the brow, hands down, my large fluffy brush, it's an E50. It's just a larger version of that, really. Look, it's dome, but it's flat when you turn it sideways. But it just gets more area in between. And it's just perfect. It's perfect. Then I want to get something in the crease. So I want something a little more pointed, tapered. And this is the small tapered blending brush E45 from Sigma. It is a tapered brush. It is perfect for getting in the crease. Perfect. Then I always go underneath my eye, through my eyelashes, with this short shader. Or some people call this a smudge brush. It's very tightly dense. It's domed.